starting back in October, we started getting a little just nervous about valuations. And I know some people say that valuations don't matter, but I feel like I have been investing too long to truly believe that. So we started reducing some of the things that we had, made money in and started allocating more to places like healthcare. And we also had a little allocation to T-bills. I think the market oftentimes before a correction, and I think we're in a correction. I don't think this is like the beginning of a bear market, but I think the market always kind of gives you a couple warning signs. And we've had a couple of days over the last like month or so where like a bad Friday, a bad Tuesday, like some days were just like worse than normal. So I remember there was like over a week ago, there was one day where I said, oh, this kind of feels like the third warning shot. I'm not going to wait for any more. And we did we took more profits and put some money into T-bills.
So let's talk about the more risky portfolios for a minute here, kind of highest risk and second highest risk. What did those look like by allocation a month ago, and what do they look like now, and what do you think they'll look like in a month from now?
Right now, we've got about 15% international equities. The rest is all U.S. equities. This is the most risky. The allocation to T-bills is around 6.5%, which is, it's not going to be hugely protective, but it's
Sure.
something, and it gives you like a 5% ability to put money to work, because this is meant to be the most risky and kind of for the longest time horizon. For the next risky down, it's about 15% in T-bills, and it gives us some room there. In terms of the allocations that we do have in the U.S., some of the thematic bets that we've kept on has been, despite the pullback that we started to see coming, we have an allocation to more defense, like mid-cap-ish, like defense, industrial, tech kind of names. We have an allocation to rare earth metals because we think the demand will be there over the long term. We do have some big tech, but we took some of it down last week and we're underweight some of the biggest names, but we do have some allocation. And then we have a growing allocation. We had a growing allocation to healthcare, and whereas we didn't really have much of it earlier in the year.